Hello, welcome to the Dapper Gapper channel. Sorry it took us a minute to get to these other fixtures. We ran out of time yesterday. And I think we got our audio situation figured out too. But we're here at Godox with Jameson, who is a Director DP and also a Godox ambassador. And Godox has some surprising stuff going on at the show, in my opinion. Also, doing another little giveaway if you can, what is the term again? Stream snipe us while we're live. If you find us while we're live at any time from here on out throughout the day, we're going to give away this Godox little light, like pocket light thing that's also can charge your phone, which is pretty cool. So come and find us. All right, so this is the one I mainly want to talk about. It's a 5K Cobb style light with the G mount deal. Yeah.
Basically, so MG6K, so it's equivalent to a 6K HMI light. So a lot of high output. It's Cobb light. It's bicolor, 2800 Kelvin all the way to 10,000 Kelvin. You maintain the brightness throughout all the color temperatures. We have your green and your magenta shift as well.
Green magenta shift, big deal.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. So, so insanely high output. I believe it's about a little over 5,000 watts as far as like the power.
The actual draw.
The actual draw, yes. So, well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You were telling me this is still in a bit of a prototype mode. So like, 6K might be a bit of
It might be.
It might be more. Yeah,
Yes.
we might be able to optimize that, but right now in its current state, it pulls about 5,000 watts, and they're conservatively saying it's equivalent to a 6K HMI, which is great. Color tunable 6K HMI that pulls less wattage.
And then a few other things is that we wanted feedback on like how do we improve our lights. Over the years, a lot of people wanted high power but like a lighter weight. So what we did with this one is we made it where one person could actually manage a big light like this one. So normally, big lights you need a lot of help, but like one person, like I actually put this on here myself, like on the stand. So the actual light head itself is about 50 pounds, and the ballast even that's right behind you, it's like 20 pounds. So like we wanted to shave off as much weight as possible to make it as user-friendly and not hurt the back as much, and try to make it where more people can use it, and it's a little bit more mobile for such a high power, HMI style light.
If you're keeping score at home, 50 pounds is less than half the weight of another fixture that we're looking at. But that was one of the first things that stood out to me is it seems very compact for what it's purporting to be. This is the ballast for it down here, Nate, if you want to take a look. But that is surprisingly compact for 5,000 watts of power pumping through it.
The lights are also IP rated as well, so they can be out in the rain, snow, whatever. They're made to take abuse. That's really cool. And attached to it is actually our Beamlight Max 60. So this right here is small. It's like the little brother version of the Max 90 that we came out with last year. But once again, we had feedback of like, hey, maybe make a more mobile, portable version of a parallel beam. And so that's what this is basically doing, is it's turning that light to 5-degree parallel beam, so you can shoot that light a long range and hit it off cine reflectors, maybe make it cast all over a scene somewhere. It's just another way, a lot of people are putting these lights really up high on condors, kicking them down. You want that natural sunlight coming from up high.
It's like a mole beam kind of.
Basically, yeah. So that's where this beam light comes in.
So what, do you sacrifice anything going to the smaller, the 60 over the 90?
I haven't tested it out in the field yet. I don't believe so. I think it's just a matter of the size of the actual beam itself. But it still shoots it just as far because you're outputting, depends on your light, but this light is so powerful it will maintain that brightness a long distance. So this is also a G mount modifier. So like we have the G mount on all these these larger lights. The G mount's cool. Here it is right here. So G mount's cool because it has these touch point. Basically, the head is able to recognize what modifier you have on there, so it can give you the most efficient light possible. But it's also a safety mechanism. So if you have the light powered on and you were to take this modifier off, it's a very intense light, but it'll automatically shut off the head so you don't blind anybody or burn yourself or anything. So it's more of a safety thing, which is great because we want to keep our eyeballs right, because these are really bright lights. So,
I like to be able to see.
Yeah, that's always nice. But on some of our modifiers, like our spotlights that we have right over here, they have an internal cooling system. So it's powering that system without any cables or anything. So the light unit itself is able to power that and maintain cool functioning light so nothing gets super hot.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And I was told that this can run at full power at either 110 or 220, or in that, either voltage.
Yes, in that range, yes.
Very cool.
Also the lantern right here. So this is cool. So this is our new 7-foot GL7. I call it a hot air balloon, basically. So it's just a nice big fixture that's gonna hit soft light over a massive space. And also, it's nice that whenever you have a light as powerful as these, it's nice to put softboxes on there and not have to worry about melting your softbox, because we're getting into a realm of very, very high power lights. So good to have, you know, a softbox that you can actually modify and soften that light. You don't always need hard light with all that power.
Yeah. I mean, my first thing I thought looking at that is like a moon, you know, moon source. Yeah. It does seem like we're maybe wasting a bit of light upward, but something could possibly combat that would be like a silver reflector there in the top on the inside. But that looks very cool. 7 feet wide. That's impressive.
Yeah, it's big.
Can we look at a couple of these other lights too while we're here?
Let's work our way over here.
Yeah. So.
Remind him that we're giving away that light.
Yeah, we're giving away this light. If you find us, you got to catch us while we're live streaming. We'll give you this Godox
They're easy to find.
puck.
I mean, you're the best dressed gaffer I've seen here. So.
But we're in a top secret location.
That's true. Nobody knows we're here. Yeah.
So this is a light we're going to actually review when we get home. We've got this with the spotlight attachment.
Yeah.
And we were talking a little bit about that because I was looking at this one here.
Yeah.
And one of the difference between this line, the M series line, and the MG line is essentially that intelligent communication between the two.
Yeah, the ones that have G in the name has a G mount. The ones that don't have a Bowens mount. So this one's our flat Bowens mount. Yeah. So if you look at it, we actually even beefed up the Bowens mount to make it stronger, basically, because like now it's a light. We want to always try to improve it, but it's also more compatible. More people have Bowens mount adapters, so you can any manufacturer. You know, the Bowens for pretty much everything. This one can handle it just fine. So.
But with anything, there's pluses and minuses. So from my understanding, the G mount with this bigger configuration is going to be more efficient. Like you're going to get more bang out of your watts. But this setup, and I've seen it at home. It looks like it's not here today, but it is substantially smaller setup than this one, even though it's a pretty similar wattage. So pluses, minuses.
I like these. I call them like the workhorse lights, basically, because like you can, doesn't matter the size of your crew. Anyone can like take something like that. You have 1,000 watts of power, RGB right here. You know what I mean? So like, it's just, I find it just as efficient, just in a smaller package. You know, like a lot of times you know, if you have a team and you have the need for like an actual sunlight and you want those HMIs or those larger lights, that's where those big ones with a G mount come in. But for the most part, you know, a lot of people really ask for these and they gravitate toward these just because they're a little bit more mobile, they're lighter weight.
Nice compact ballast for that too.
And they're still IP rated as well, so they can get wet, snow, rain, whatever. So that's always nice.
A question in our comments, they're asking, is the F-Series getting 16-bit CCT HSI crossover profile? You guys have an F-Series?
Yeah, the F-Series is the flex mats right over here. I believe we're working on it. I don't have the exact answer for you yet. I will find out. Maybe we can touch base on it here in a minute once I have an answer.
I mean, probably actually one of the, aside from this guy, the thing that really caught my attention this year is the, what are we calling this? It's the MS.
There's a lot of titles. Yeah. MS60R.
MS60R. We lost Nate. He's made it back.
We lost him.
But this is, what I like about this is this does not seem to me like it's copying anybody else.
Dude,
it's like a
cool.
completely just modular, innovative sort of system here.
Yeah, you have a modifier for everything. Different battery options. Like there's an internal battery if you want it. There's a Sony battery if you wanted to plug in an MPF battery. If you want to plug it into a lamp socket, you can plug it into a lamp socket.
Yes,
It'll
very
charge
cool.
the light in a lamp socket. Dude, it's just cool. There's just modifiers for everything.
And we're talking, and this is
built-in CRMX.
Built-in CRMX, so you can use it in a pro environment. And I mean, this is 60 watts, and look how tiny that thing is.
Well, what's cool is like I don't see it over here. This is kind of our demo area. Oh, there it is. Our demo area.
I was messing around with this.
This is literally cool. This is just like the.
Let's turn that on.
The big. Let's see if it has battery. Everyone's been playing with these all day. Yeah. It's always a crapshoot. We are in Vegas, so let's get. Oh, there we go. Okay, let me put it in a mode we would actually use this for.
So this is like a cute baby version of this Mobi idea over there,
who
but
doesn't want a satellite?
I could not believe. Just with that narrow beam.
There you go. Here, I'll let you do it.
Yeah, look at this.
So
we're at 100% in looks like daylight-ish.
Yeah.
But look at, I mean, these are tall ceilings around here. Can you see that spot of light?
Put it next
What
to
a
that
throw.
beam over there on that pillar and see if you can actually.
You can, yeah, you can still see it.
Competes with that 6K.
Craziness.
It's crazy.
But what a neat modular system, and I'm looking forward to getting our hands on this.
Yeah.
Also comes with a very compact projector lens system there.
Yep. You got a little softbox if you need that. You have all kinds of modifiers for pretty much everything.
Focusable,
this is
Fresnel-esque lens.
Yeah, the spotlight. So you have your gobos, your flags, all built in. Rotatable barrel. You know, so it's just
Rotating barrel.
It's a Swiss Army knife of professional lights that you can fit in your pocket, basically. So everyone is super excited. There's RGB versions, there's bicolor versions. There's a version if you want to save some money, you don't need CRMX. This one right here is a version that doesn't have CRMX. Still has RGB and all the features, but does not, you know, that next step of app integration. I mean, you could use Bluetooth with it, but like, you know, if I don't drop everything, there we go. See, they're durable too. You can drop them.
Yeah, that's what we were demonstrating here.
But yeah, this will basically, I would take like 3 of these out on every shoot, and then you'd have like a really cool, you know, spotlight in the back if you want.
What are coming in the kits? So
you get a 2 light kit or 4 light kit, or you can get it individually and just kind of modify it, you know, as you see fit for whatever it is that you're doing. But you got to go to like B&H or Adorama or one of those. They're going to tell you all the accessories you're going to get, but you get a whole kit, this hard case. So like this whole thing, this is the 4 light kit. Yeah. All the lights are gone, the modifiers are gone, but you have every sort of little adjustment piece, your internal batteries, you've got your...
I'm guessing if we check Nate's pockets, that's probably where we'll find
that's where everything's headed.
I've been sneaking them all.
Yeah, okay, I was wondering. Okay. But yeah, I mean, it comes with like a lot of the smaller accessories. Yeah, I mean, there's pretty much an option for everybody. You're covered completely.
We're looking forward to putting that through its paces. I'm also, so this is like, what market are you going after this? I was told this is a 1200 watt panel.
Yeah, this is a 1200 watt panel right here. So who doesn't need 1200 watts of panel light? So it's just a bright, I mean, it's a pro light in studio, out of studio, you know, it's just, I just feel like it all around. Maybe people don't want to operate, you know, a larger wattage with like, you know, that package. They want it all built into the same unit. And maybe you want to lift it up high in a studio somewhere and just remote control it. You can do that with these panels.
What kind of chip array do you know?
This one doesn't have like the pixel mapping as like something like this.
But like, is it RGB,
this one
WW, ACL, anything like that?
This one, yes, it is RGBW, I believe. Don't know the tech specs on that particular unit right here. I know this one's RGBWW, but this is a smaller, you know.
Okay.
P600R. Okay, so the hard Pro over here. The Pro means that it's IP rated.
Yeah.
So this one is not IP rated, but this other one behind it is the IP rated version. So we beefed up the housing on it too to make it, you know, be able to withstand the elements better.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. This is another. I'm sorry. Another new one that we have over here.
Let's see it.
Yeah. So this is a prototype version. Looks like it's military grade. This is a AM1600R. This is a 4 foot by 8 foot, basically an inflatable mat, but the mat is part of one unit. So like all you have to do is inflate the entire thing. In 1 minute, you have an entire light that is ready to go. It's lightweight. Anyone can just lift it up, mount it anywhere. You can carry it around. There's a 4x8 and an 8x8 version that we have. So 1600 watts RGB, that's the full power of it. It has that grid on it, which is super cool.
For rigging, that's mainly meant to hang? Is that the idea?
You can use it however you want to do it. But yeah, I would say because it's so lightweight, most people are going to want to just like, you know, put it overhead.
Cool.
Yeah. Maybe, you know, get some paddles and, you know, paddle around if you want. I'm sure it floats pretty good.
It can double as a life-saving device.
That's where lights are headed, I guess, huh? Right? We're charging your phone now, and then who knows if you'll be paddling it down a river. Who knows? Who knows?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And anything new on these mat lights? These actually look very interesting to me as well. It seemed like a good form factor.
So yeah, we just have RGB now. We've upgraded the actual grid itself and the silk on them.
Oh, it's like the snap style.
Yeah, and even the back. So this is full RGB, but even the back of it. So we beefed up this part that mounts to it. So now these are a lot more sturdy rods, which, you know, is awesome because we need sturdy equipment, right?
And presumably that's 400 watts?
It's a 400 watt RGB. So yeah, you have all these RGB lights also have CCT mode, so you have full bicolor use as well. And then that you can go into RGB mode if you want and have an RGB light. So kind of just covers a little bit of everything. So yeah, I feel like this is the sweet spot. I love this size just because if, you know, you put 2 of these together, you have a 4x4. And then if you don't, you just need like a good key light or something. This is a great key light because it covers, if you want to just turn it, you know, you have the rectangle side like that, or the wide, or you have vertical, which is just great. So, yeah. These are probably my favorite lights. Like these
I
are
mean,
my don't leave home without it. You
Yeah.
know. So yeah.
Looks like a great form factor.
Heck yeah. I like it a lot.
Well, thanks, Jameson.
Yeah,
I
thank
think
you.
we've taken up enough of your time.
Well, thanks guys for tuning in. Appreciate
All right.
it.
See you around.